Hello again, artisans and art fans. My name is Bethel. We're continuing our series on becoming a full-time successful artist and author in 2025, hopefully. So if you've been following this journey, I talked a bit about what I do have going for me already in the previous video, and I wanted to kind of break those things down one by one. So one of the biggest things that I have going for me is my day job. And I think I mentioned in the previous video that I am self-employed. I work as a professional organizer and I work for myself, and that is a beautiful thing. So for some people, they're gonna want the day job with the insurance and that security, and then that lets them do their art on the side. And they don't have the pressure on their art to kind of like where you have to make enough for your bills and your insurance and all that sort of thing. Completely get that, completely understand it. Just for me, I've always been kind of disappointed in all of those relationships that I've had in the past. It would always sap my energy to be working for somebody else, and I would have nothing left for the art. The only possible exception was when I was a nanny. I was able to do my book. During that time, I was able to write my book and publish my book as a nanny, but it was almost more despite being a nanny than that being a nanny necessarily facilitated it. In my experience, no one is going to be as good a boss to me as me. So about a little over 3 years ago, I wanted to go into business for myself, and I asked my husband if we would be able to do that, if he'd be able to swing the bills all by himself for a couple of months. And he said he could do it for like 3 months. And if I couldn't make it work within those 3 months, then I needed to get like a part-time job at least. And I had been listening to all the podcasts and reading all the books about entrepreneurship and mostly about writing and publishing and marketing. And a lot of that really transitioned very easily to what I do now. So what I do is I am a professional home organizer. I help clients declutter their spaces. I help them pack and unpack and organize their keeper items in their homes. I do work with individuals who hoard. I'm able to help people with hoarding disorder, and that has been a huge referral plus for me. That was one of the things that made my business so successful so soon, was that I was very heavy on the networking, and I approached my networking with the mindset of how can I help you, not how can you help me. And so when people would get a referral for a client with hoarding disorder and they did not feel up to the task, or they didn't have the training or any of that, they could refer that person to me and I'd be able to help them out. And likewise, if I got someone who, like, their house was completely functional, they just wanted all the little cutesy kind of like home edit type of details, then I could refer that person to them. My jam is life transformations and helping people kind of break through walls and things that they haven't been able to do for a while. I absolutely love what I do, and it is really just such a blessing to help people, to be invited into their homes, to help them make some big changes that a lot of times they've been noodling on for a while. I love the professional organizing community in San Diego. We're very focused on community over competition. Most of the organizers are just right there ready to support you. It's pretty easy to put a team together if you have a job that needs that. So I'm really very grateful to be a part of it. That said, it is work. It is very physical work, which is part of what I like about it. I've never been good with the sedentary jobs, but I do want to be able to do a little less in-home client work, just because sometimes it starts to take a toll on your back, or just with allergies and things that I have. So I would like to have the art and author business stuff take over at least a chunk for now of that organizing income. So that's kind of my next step. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how I made the business successful, in case you were also considering an entrepreneurial venture of your own to support your art. that point, I had been listening to all these podcasts about authorship and entrepreneurship, and I hadn't really started with the art podcast yet, but just tons and tons of podcasts and read tons of books and stuff. And marketing was a big one, and that just really prepared me for the journey of entrepreneurship and starting my own business. And I was able to make it work in those 3 months. And one of the biggest things that helped me get there was networking. So I made a lot of contacts with other professional organizers. I had a whole spreadsheet of professional organizers in my area, and I would just kind of ask them one by one if I could meet with them. I did a lot of meeting in person, but this was kind of in the middle of COVID. I think people were kind of interested in getting out. And then I think probably more virtual would be what people would be interested in now. Automation, personalized automation. Have a lot of systems set in place, like appointment reminders and things that go out automatically. And that's been very helpful. So I'm in my 3rd year of business, and it is kind of self-sustaining at this point. And it's very, it's in a good place. I feel like I'm in a good place to branch out and really try to expand the art and books and that business. And I can comfortably do so because the other business pays all my bills. So if you have questions about home organizing, happy to answer those. There's a little crossover. I know a few other organizers who have books, mostly on organizing, but some on other topics as well. And there's a couple of organizers who do art as well. So there's, you know, a little Venn diagram that I fit into, and I'd love to hear from more people who have those overlapping interests. But either way, if you're just interested in the entrepreneurship side, if there's something else you'd want to do, some way you'd want to be employed, and you have any questions that I might be able to help you answer, just let me know. Yeah, so I just wanted to pop on here and share a little bit about my, day job and how that is supporting this journey that I'm on. Being my own boss is just such a huge benefit to this journey. And have that. So